everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 3rd of November and I wanted to start this vlog. I still have COVID, but I'm pretty much recovered. Like, there's still a lot of coughing, so all of the weird cuts in this video, you know why. But I have finished 2 books already in November, so I quickly wanted to mention them. The first one being The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss. I have been reading this for ages now, but I have finished it. I liked it. I was a little bit disappointed. I'm giving it 4 stars. I had fun with it, but I just wanted it to be more. So that's a little bit sad, but yeah, I will have a complete reading vlog for the series once I'm done with it. And the other book I finished is In the Shadow of Spindrift House by Mira Grant. And the cat is gonna be naughty again, I already know it. And this one is just a quick novella. Mira Grant is Seanan McGuire, if you didn't know. I was not a fan of Into the Drowning Deep, so I thought I'd give her another try with this novella because I could listen to it for free. And unfortunately, I also wasn't a big fan of the novella. Now, I have listened to most of this while being sick, so it might also be that my brain wasn't always functioning very well. It was weird. It was just weird. I didn't really understand what it was trying to say or do. We are following a girl who is an orphan, and she basically grows up with the family of her best friend, and they form this group of 4 teenagers who are teenage sleuths, but now they're all out of school and they want to do this one last big case. They go to this house, to Spindrift House, and try to figure out who owns it. And weird things start happening. I wouldn't even know what kind of age range I would say this is. It feels like YA, but then there is like one very, very gruesome scene in there that I would not want my child to read. So yeah, it's an odd little book. Some of the writing is stunning, like the beginning of the book, perfection, but then the characters don't work and the plot doesn't work, and I don't know. I just didn't really like it. So I gave it 3 stars just to show my indifference towards it, and that's that. Now for my next audiobook, I will be reading All the Murmuring Bones, and I will be reading that for a separate reading vlog, so I probably won't talk about that so much on here, but we'll see. But yeah, that's my November so far. I hope yours is going better, and I'll update you soon.
But I did already mention that there's going to be like, with the most winter
So this is my current home office setup. Hey, so today is the 11th of November. I'm not at my friend's house right now, which I had planned to do, because the COVID is still not completely gone, which is so annoying, and my voice is still so bad, but oh well. I'm here, there's the cat, We've had a lovely week of lots of home office and cuddles and naps, and I have finished a book. The book that I finished is All the Murmuring Bones. I am talking about that in a separate reading vlog, so I'm not going into great depth here, but this is a mermaid book, like folk tales and myth about mer people, and we're following our main character who's kind of diving into her family secrets. This is quite a dark tale. It has a lot of like Irish or in general like northern folk tales or like myth or whatever in it. I really enjoyed it. I think that it was a little bit too meandering for my taste, so I would have liked for it to just be a little bit more focused. But overall, I think the audiobook is really good. I really loved the audiobook narrator for this one. And so in the end, I gave it 4 stars. It is more like a 3.75, but that's ridiculous. So it's a weak 4-star book, and I did enjoy it. And I also chose my next audiobook, which is going to be Foxglove. Now, full transparency, I have read Belladonna last year, and after that I was like, I don't think I want to read the sequel. Now, I do want to try reading the sequel, so we'll see how it goes. This one is quite long, it's like 14 hours, so we'll see how long that will take me. Probably I won't finish it in this vlog, but yeah, I'm intrigued to see how I like it. It could go really, really well because I have really enjoyed books by Adalyn Grace before, but it could also just be a meh experience. We'll see about that. And for my physical reading, yesterday I did finish the first part of European travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman, and that means I have about 300 pages of that left now, which is still a lot.
Mine's baby.
So today is the 14th of November, and I do have a quick reading update. Last night I finally managed to finish European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman by Theodora Goss. This book is an absolute monster with 700 pages, and I dare say that it did not need to be that long. So I won't talk about this in great detail here because I'm doing a reading vlog for the whole series. This is book 2 of that series, and it is significantly longer than the other 2 installments. And I unfortunately don't think it needed to be. We have a lot of traveling in this book and a lot of like chasing things, being abducted, going here and there and everywhere. And I just think it could have been cut down. The amount of like clothes shopping and pastries and food and dinners we get in here is ridiculous, especially for some of the situations that our characters find themselves in. So I guess it is cozy, but I think I'm not made for cozy books that are so big. And also, I just had a couple of general issues, some things that have to do with the fact that for a long time of this book, our characters are in a German-speaking region. So that is always not so fun when you're German because you see all the mistakes, and there are quite a few in here. And while I do like it when authors try to incorporate different languages in their books, it just takes me out of the story if it's not done correctly. And there's also some like more logic things where it's not like just the language that is wrong, but just how Germans do things. And now this is set in Austria for a part, so it's not Germany, but I still think that those things would be comparable probably. But yeah, apart from that, I just feel like because of the way this book is written, it also is kind of trapped in attitudes that are very old school. And while our characters are portrayed as being progressive, nowadays it's not. You know what I mean? Because this is set like so far in the past. But oh well, I finished that one. I decided to take a break from the series now. And the book I want to read next is White is for Witching by Helen Oyeyemi. This is quite short. It's only like 250 pages. So I hope that I will get this done quite quickly. But then again, I think the writing style is a bit more challenging. So we'll see. And then with my audiobook, I have 10 and a half hours left. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm really glad to be back in that world, and that was actually a surprise to me because after reading Belladonna, I wasn't quite sure whether I wanted to read the second book, but I'm having fun with Foxglove, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I thought we could quickly discuss the Goodreads Choice Awards. I am just now going through it, and for Best Fiction, I have read one of these books. I'm not really that interested in many of the other ones, so I'm gonna vote for Yellowface. So I have read none of the historical fictions, which doesn't really surprise me, even though some of these have made it onto my wish list. So same for the thrillers, mysteries and thrillers. I have not read any of these, but I'm still gonna vote for this one just because it is one of my most anticipated releases, and it's totally my fault I haven't read it yet. Unsurprisingly, I have not read any of the romance books, and I'm not really interested, but oh my god, they made romantasy its own genre. How great is that? I'm actually very excited about that. That's so cool. Oh, they separated romantasy and fantasy. Oh, that's so good. So again, I have not read any of the romantasy books, and I'm not really that interested in any of those. So this is the interesting one. Have I read one of the fantasy ones? Probably not. In fact, I have not. Oh my god, this is so shameful. Oh no. But to be fair, I don't like reading books in series when the series is not finished yet. So with a lot of these, like, I still haven't read Hellbent. Don't tell anyone. Oh my god, it's so shameful. I also haven't read Amina yet because it's just the first book. I also still haven't read A Day of Fallen Night, but I am ready to do so soon. And then also Bookshops and Bone Dust. It just came out, so I will listen to it very soon, but I just haven't yet. Oh no, this is so sad. Also haven't read the science fiction. So okay, horror I have read. I have read some of these. So while a lot of these are on my wish list, I have only read A House with Good Bones and How to Sell a Haunted House. And I'm gonna vote for Grady Hendrix. I love T. Kingfisher, but I just felt like this one was more horror to me. And I know it has no chance. A lot of people did not like it, but I'm just gonna vote for it. Okay, so young adult fantasy and science fiction. I have read House of Roots and Ruin, but I did not like it, so I'm not gonna vote for that. I am currently listening to Foxglove, which I am liking, but I have not finished yet. And then I really want to read Divine Rivals as well, but I have not.
So I guess this still goes on for a while. So maybe I'll wait to finish Foxglove to vote for it, whether I liked it enough to do so. Oh, Delicious Monsters, I also really want to read. That sounds so great. Spice Road, also very interesting. I'm just not good with the new releases, you guys. Okay, for young adult fiction, I'm gonna vote for Warrior Girl Unearthed. This is the next book I want to read. I just haven't gotten to it yet, which is totally my fault again. Okay, I have not read the debut novels. I've also not read the nonfiction. Was I Glad My Mom Died Last Year? I'm confused right now. Okay, but I've not read the memoirs either. Okay, this one I don't even need to check. Oh, seriously? The Elon Musk book? Ew. Okay, I have not read those. I have not read the humor ones. I would vote for Leslie Jones because she's hilarious. But yeah, have not read those. So that was all. Yeah, it just shows how bad I am with new releases. But oh well. I'm so glad they made their own like romantasy category. I'm really, really happy about that. So yeah, I hope you have fun voting.
So today is the 15th of November and I want to end this vlog here. Last night I did start 2 new books and I wanted to quickly mention them so you know to look out for the next vlog where I will talk more about them. So the first one I had already told you, I started White is for Witching by Helen Oyeyemi. I only read the like introductory bit. There is like this weird bit at the beginning of the book, very mysterious vibes. We learn about a character called Miranda and kind of the question of what happened to her. So I'm so intrigued to keep reading that. Tuesdays are my like long work days, so I didn't really have a lot of time to read last night. But then the other book I started is a graphic novel, and that is Quiet Girl in a Noisy World, an introvert story by Debbie Tung. I don't really know this person, but this was a gift from one of my friends because I got COVID, kind of like a little pick-me-up gift, which was really sweet. So we're doing a buddy read of this, and I read the first like 20 pages. This is a graphic novel, so it flies by very quickly, and yeah, as the tagline says, it's an introvert story, so it focuses on the author. I think this is autobiographical and it focuses on her time at uni and then how she met her husband and kind of settling into the adult life. So we'll see. So far I don't really have an opinion on it because I just started it. So for my audiobook, Foxglove, I still have about 9 hours left, so still quite a ways to go, but I am enjoying it more than I anticipated, so we'll see. I hope that adding in my little Goodreads thoughts was interesting. I don't think that a lot of other interesting things happened in this vlog, but I would love to hear which books you rated for or voted for the Goodreads Choice Award. Let me know in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you very soon with part 2 of this November reading vlog. Bye!